The structure and setting of Elizabethan theatre, such as Globe and the Swan, played a crucial role in shaping the dramas of the era. These theatres were open air, circular, or polygonal, with a thrust stage that extended into the audience, creating an intimate connection between actors and spectators. This layout allowed for dynamic interaction and dramatic engagement. With minimal scenery and props, Elizabethan plays relied heavily on the power of language and the imagination of the audience to convey time and place. The absence of elaborate sets meant that playwrights, including Shakespeare, had to be particularly descriptive and inevitable in their dialogue and stage directions. The division of the audience into different sections from the groundlings into the pit of the wealthier patrons in the galleries influenced the content of the play, which often balanced sophisticated themes with broad humor to appear which often balanced sophisticated themes and broad humor to appeal all social classes. The theatre also encouraged experimentation and with staging techniques, including the use of trapdoors and balconies, which enriched dramatic storytelling. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford upon Avon, in England in 1564 and is widely regarded as one of the greatest writers in the English language and world literature. His exact birth date is unknown, but he was bapti- baptized uh, on April 26, 1564. There is a ritual named baptism uh, and is traditionally said to have been born on April 23. Shakespeare's early life to somewhat mysterious, but it is believed that he attended the local grammar school where he would have received a strong education in Latin and classical literature. Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway in 1582 and they had three children, Susan and twins, Hamnet and Judith. Hamnet, his only son, tragically died at the age of 11, which is thought to have influenced some of Shakespeare's later works. Around the late 1580s, Shakespeare moved to London, where he began working as an actor, playwright. His early life were mostly histories and comedies, and by the early 1590s, he was already gaining recognition in the London theatre scenes. Shakespeare's writing flourished during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I and into the early year of King James I. His plays were performed at the Globe Theatre and other venues, and he became an influential figure in the development of English drama. His works include 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and several narrative poems. His plays are traditionally divided into three categories: tragedies, such as Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear, Othello, then comedies, such as A Midsummer Night's Dream, Twelfth Night, and The Merchant of Venice, and history plays, such as Henry V, Richard III, Henry IV. Shakespeare's writing is known for its rich language, intricate plots, complex characters, and exploration of themes such as love, power, jealousy, betrayal, and the human condition. His influence on English literature is immense, with many phrases and words he coined still in use today. He also contributed significantly to the development of the English language, introducing new words and expressions. Shakespeare's legacy extends beyond his writing. He also shaped modern theatre and dramatic performance. His works continued to be performed around the world and their themes remain relevant to contemporary audience. After his death on April 23, 1616, Shakespeare's works continued to be revealed, and his reputation as one of the world's greater playwrights has only grown over the centuries. His influence on the literature, theatre, and cultural is enduring, making him an icon when, whose works transcend time and place. Tempest, which is prescribed for our syllabus. Tempest is a play by William Shakespeare that blends elements of comedy, romance, and tragedy. It tells the story of Prospero, a magician and a rightful Duke of Milan, who has been stranded on an isolated island with his daughter Mirinda for 12 years. Prospero's brother Antonio had his dukedom with the help of Alonso and the King of Naples. As the play begins, a storm, that the tempest created by the Prospero's magic, shipwrecks Alonso's ship, bringing him, Antonio, and other nobles to the island. Prospero has magical power which he uses to manipulate the events on the island. He controls the spirit Ariel and monster Caliban, who both serve him. Ariel, a former servant of the witch Sycorax, assists Prospero in orchestrating the shipwreck and subsequent events, while Caliban resents his servitude. Meanwhile, Prince Ferdinand, son of Alonso, meet and falls in love with the Mirinda. This romantic subplot symbolizes purity and hope, as the young lovers are unaware of their noble identities. Throughout the play, Prospero seeks justice and recognition with those who wronged him. He used his power to test the character's virtue, eventually bringing about a series of revelation and reconciliation. Antonio and Alonso are forgiving, and they acknowledge the errors of their ways. In the final act, Prospero renounces his magic, decides to return to Milan, and prepare to leave the island, freeing Ariel and offering Caliban a chance at redemption. The play ends with the scene of closure and forgiveness, as well as a nod of the transformative power of art and the theatre itself. The Tempest is often seen as Shakespeare's farewell to the stage, reflecting themes of power, betrayal, forgiveness, and the complexities of the human nature that one may observe here in this book. In The Tempest, the theme of power and control are central to the plot. Prospero's command over the magical forces of the island allows him to manipulate events and people to his will. His mastery over Ariel, the spirit, the Caribbean, the native inhabitant of the island, highlights the theme of servitude and colonialism. Caribbean, who initially welcomed Prospero as a god, grows resentful of his treatment and is rebellious towards his master, leading to his eventual plotting against Prospero. However, despite of his grievousness, Caliban remains bound to Prospero's authority, demonstrating the complex power dynamics that exist on the island. Another key theme in the idea of illusion versus reality, the magic that Prospero's wilds creates a world of illusion where the appearances are often deceptive. He uses this to test the true nature of the character around him. For example, the love between Ferdinand and Mirinda is one example, and then Prospero, but also serves as a means to restore his lost power. Reconciliation and forgiveness are also prominent in the Tempest. Prospero's journey throughout the play involves coming in terms with the betrayals and wrongs he has suffered. His decision of forgive his brother Antonio, he had plotted to overthrow him, and Alonso, the king who had been complicit in the plot, highlights the redemptive potential of mercy over revenge. Prospero's final reunion of his magic symbolizes the choice to let go of the desire for control and embrace human connection and forgiveness. The ending of the play is particularly poignant. It suggests the theme of closure and renewal. Prospero, having achieved his goal of justice and reconciliation, prepare to return to Milan, where he will resume his role as Duke, freeing of Ariel, his loyal servant, and potential for Caliban to change, demonstrates that even those who appear to be bound by fate or circumstances can find freedom and redemption. The play ends with the Prospero's speech, inviting the audience to reflect on the nature of life itself, the transient quality of human achievement, and the possibility of transformation throughout. The Tempest is a meditation of the complexities of human nature and consequences of power, and the transformative potential of the forgiveness and reconciliation. It remains one of the Shakespeare's most thought-provoking and layered work, offering insights in the human condition as well as possibilities of personal and social healing. Such type of the information we have about the Tempest. Then we will see some more points about the Tempest in the next part. Okay, thank you, good day.